So I did sell a couple of things this week. I'll go to the laptop and show you in a minute. This I got, this is really pretty. It's a Jerusalem cross necklace. These are rather expensive. I think I have this listed at 100 and something. These are handmade and they were handmade in Israel. So these are expensive, not really sought after, but like most of my items, they're things that certain people want, and you just have to be patient and wait for them to come along and buy them. This is just a roll of stamps from the 60s, nothing special. And this is something that's really unique, rare, whatever you want to call it. I was never a fan of the X-Files. This is an X-Files comic signed by both of the actors. I think one was called Mulder, and the other one, I forget what her name was called. I only remember now because I looked it up a few days ago. This is pretty expensive. I have this listed for, I think, $699. The problem with figuring out the value of this is I could only find one that was sold, and it only had Mulder's signature, and I think that sold for $299. So I listed it at $699. If someone gives me a best offer, I'll always take it. The value of this stuff just depends on what the person who wants to buy it thinks it's valued at. You know, what he's willing to pay for it. And it is authenticated, so I have no problem selling legitimate authenticated items. I don't sell, fake items. This is also really cool. Absolutely fabulous Sweetie Darling t-shirt. This is the original, and I guess it's from the 90s. And this typically sells for about $150. So I think I have it listed at $150. I'll get some offers that are lower, and I'll consider everything, but I have some quite expensive items in my most recent eBay postings. And then here we have a sterling silver choker. It definitely needs to be polished. It has a really pretty stone. They usually sell for about $150, but I'm selling it for, I want to say $115 because I don't polish jewelry. And I know the people who do will make this look really nice. Then we have my favorite, always the cheapest stuff, Mad Magazine trading cards. Brand new. Then we have a bookmark. This is a rare bookmark. I think I can get $30 for this. I have it listed at $79. It's a Dragonlance bookmark. I want to say it's from the 90s. It's extremely rare. Then I have also something that's very rare, a Pokemon window cling, I guess for a car. And I can't really make a better video of this because it's a window cling. Has stuff on both sides. Then I have a t-shirt from Paramount Pictures, Star Trek. They sell, well, they're listed for like $50 or $60. They usually sell for about $35. I have it listed at $39. The Marilyn Monroe, it's a collector's edition with, I guess they're cards. And I have this listed at $115. It's also fairly rare. They're also listed around $150. I have it at $115 because that's usually what it'll sell at. And then just in the last, I guess, 2 or 3 weeks, I also sold this baseball card, $16, a basketball card. I sold this signed jersey, authenticated by Beckett, for $39.99. I sold 8 of the Alice in Wonderland Durables for $25. I sold, remember these Pez I bought last year, sold 5 of them for $100. I sold the Star Wars card for $17.99. I sold, this is actually a pretty nice brooch. I sold it for 70. Peruzzi, vintage 800 sterling silver brooch. I had that listed for about 129, but no one bought it for the past 6 months, so I just accepted $70. I also sold a Mean Joe Green jersey authenticated by TSE for $100. A vintage silver napkin ring for $21. Sold 2 Star Wars books from the 70s and 80s for $18. This tapestry or bandana, whatever the people want to use it at, I just put that up for auction, which I usually don't do. It just sold for $5. The jerseys, this was actually, I sold 4 Steelers autographed jerseys for $400. This was a good win for me. I don't get autographed jerseys often, especially ones that are authenticated by legitimate companies. TSE is probably the 3rd or 4th best authentication company. So that was a good profit for me. I think I paid about $60 for each jersey myself. So I made, after eBay fees and shipping, about $120 profit on this. I also sold a Jack Nicholson 70s poster, the original one, for $39.99. Sold a Ben Roethlisberger signed jersey for $110. And a really rare Cop Shoe Bop jersey for $27.99. And that was pretty much for October. Until you go to Poshmark. And I don't sell much on Poshmark, but this month I sold 2 things. So that's a record for me on Poshmark. I sold, I think, 18 of the durables here for $35. And I sold the Sony Handycam that I found in the garage here for $75. That's really a good deal. That, I should have waited to get $125 for it, but I need to get rid of some of this stuff, and I'm happy. That's $75 towards my what I owe the realtor next summer. So I'm happy I got that. And lastly, on a website called Vinted. Never heard of them until this month. It's not really a great place. Everybody's really lowballing you. This was the Victoria's Secret's tote that I found in the garage also. I got $18 for that. I was happy. And they pay for shipping, and this website has no fees. So I did list all of my items on this website. It's just that everybody wants it basically for free. And that's the only thing I've sold this month. But again, no fees, and the buyer pays the shipping. So even if I could just sell 1 thing a month on this website, I'd be thrilled. I also tried out Etsy, and I don't get anything on Etsy. I don't even get views on Etsy. And I know people say you have to wait 3 or 4 months. It's, to me, Etsy's a ripoff. It's the only website that I use, and I wanted to try it, where you actually have to pay to use it. I think it was $30 for 4 months, and you only get 40 free listings. So I put up 40 items and paid the $30, and after 1 month, I think I have 61 views and not even a single message, nothing. No one saved any of my items. And as I finish off this video, we'll get a picture of the skeletons that will be coming down soon. But the last thing I wanted to say is I do get about 25% profit from the stuff my friend sends me from Georgia. And I lose quite a bit on the shipping costs to have it shipped to me, and then I'm shipping it back to the lower states. So what I decided to do with my reselling is I'm currently looking for someone who lives in the lower states. I've been looking for about 2 weeks now, and I'm trying to find someone there who will pick up the items and ship them off. And they have to also take the pictures and upload the pictures in Google, and then I can download them and put them up on eBay and on Poshmark for sale. And by doing it this way, if I can find someone who is reliable, and they also have to live near some of the auction houses that I can get stuff from, then I would actually make more than 25% profit, even if I'm splitting it with that person. So that's my goal now. And I spoke to 2 or 3 people already, and I think I have 2 or 3 more people. But it is difficult to find someone who's, trustworthy and also very reliable. Because when we sell something, we have to mail it out. You can't wait for 2 weeks. And that's what I'm going through now. If it works out, if I find someone, great, I'll try it out. If I don't find anyone, then I'll just continue doing this from the stuff my friend sends me from Georgia. And I will decide at the end of next year whether it's worth it. Honestly, it's not really, worth it for most people, even not for myself. But because it's so little, I don't spend much every month, and it does take up a lot of time, but I enjoy doing it. That's why I want to continue doing it, through next year. Maybe in the summer I say it's not worth it anymore. Maybe I find someone who is reliable and trustworthy, and then it'll be worth it because I would be doing half of the work. And right now I'm doing a lot of work for 25% profit, and you have to, consider I also have to pay taxes on this, so it's less than 25% profit. But I enjoy doing it, and I'll try to find someone else to make the profit a little bit more. And if I can, great. And if I can't, continue with Georgia and then decide next year whether I continue or not. So that's it for today. It's gotten really nice. Up to 38 degrees. It's like springtime is back.